Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Leslie. If you haven't been here before, you've wandered across my little corner of the internet. And you wandered in just in time to watch me try print and cut on the Xtool M2. So, this is exciting. I haven't tried the print and cut yet. I did, however, do the alignment so that we didn't have to worry about that part. Now to do a print and cut, I do have to switch from the laser to the printer head. So let's do that first. And it is simply held in like that. I pull this one off and I lay it aside in a safe spot. And I grab the printer head. Right here, you're going to see a funny contraption. It is the piece that will house the bottom cover that helps to keep your ink dry or moist. I'm sorry. What you do is you screw it right in there and the machine does the rest. So this is plugged in at the side here, and then I simply plug this in and I align the magnets and we're done. We have done our part. Now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to close the lid. And this camera right here is going to get everything set up for us so that we can go ahead and use this. Now, let me see. Whoop. One step I forgot to do. There's always that one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit to have the thickness of the paper measured so that everything knows where it's supposed to go. So here we go. There we go. It will drop down. It will measure. And it will go to the homing corner. Now I'm going to print or hit process. I'm sorry. And it's asking me to put in the print head. So we have done that. And it's estimating the time it's going to take to print these. And still estimating. Sometimes it takes it a moment just to catch up on itself. Okay, and now it is saying that it is going to take it 6 minutes and 33 seconds. So let's start. First of all, print head and start. Okay, it's sending the file. Now it is asking me to push the silver button on the front, and here we go. You will notice that it drops its bottom there, see? And it will start printing. Hopefully I got it aligned okay and we're off to the races. At first it looks kind of broken, but as it keeps moving, it fills in. So there we go. This is what happens for a print and cut. Now, while we're doing that, you will notice some strange etchings on either side on the plate. That is perfectly normal. I have been doing some cutting with the laser, and so you will expect to see some markings on the bottom. This is a working machine. It's not meant to sit and be dusted off and look pretty and never be marked. It is a working machine. Okay? Now, some people have asked, and I am willing to answer, that there is something besides these little markers or magnets. I call them markers because they mark where your stuff is going to sit and they hold it in place that you can use. You can use this, which was the M1 or M1 Ultra's original bed for holding your wood up to allow air circulation. I did thorough checking, I asked questions, and somebody pointed out that it was written in the instruction manual. So I myself set it to every second one, just like so. And then that's enough to give you the idea. You just go all the way along every second one. You can lay your wood on top and laser cut. And it helps the air to circulate underneath, preventing some of the flashback and so forth. You cannot do this, however, if you print and cut your wood. And that is because the printer head would possibly move these. And so no matter what you do, you're going to get a little bit of and it's not really engraving, it's just paint scratched off of your metal bottom, and it's fine, okay? What you want to do is make sure that this line at the bottom and the two dots, you can't see the other one, it's over here, those two dots and your markers at the top do not disappear, and that simply helps with the alignment of things for the machine. And so especially the dots, they are what the machine uses to calibrate, and so you really don't want to damage those, but you shouldn't be above the corners that you see or the line at the top anyway. Your paper should sit, or your wood should sit between them, and so you'll never get close enough to damage the calibration points. Now, as you can see, this is moving along nicely, and the colors, even through the lid, are looking quite vibrant. So I am going to pause and let it finish and come back when it is time to cut them out. Okay, guys, we are coming to the end of that process, and now it will rehome itself and put its lid back on. Now for this part, we are going to open the lid and we are going to start the cutting process. Keep in mind that as you start the cutting process, you do not want to move your paper, okay? Just one moment and I will, oh, excuse me. Oh, thought I had to sneeze. So let's open our lid. Let's disconnect our printer head. I love, love, love that it is self-capping, just like my Ultra was. And now we're going to put this back just the same way as we do the printer head. We stick the cable in first, and we put this on, and we close our lid, all without moving our paper. That's very important, okay? So now I have set the power of the laser to 90% and the speed to 51, so it should be quite quick. And here we go. Let's hope for the best. If you ever do this and you have flames or fire, open your lid, it stops the machine. Take care of the issue and be safe, okay? So let's go. Oops, 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 oops. I guess I better measure my thickness first. The reason we're remeasuring is because we are now using the laser head, whereas before we were using the printer head. Now let's process. And on my next video, I hope to have my whole system set up so you will also be able to view the screen of my laptop. But for that to happen, I do need a bit longer cord for my camera. All right, it is getting the time to start or to complete this. And then we're going to press start. It says it will take, again, 6 minutes, but we'll see. Oops. Wait 1 second, please. All right, we are ready to hit the silver button. And let's hope for the best. Now the time has switched itself to just over 2 minutes. So this is a cut through, not a kiss cut. I have to practice my settings for kiss cut. But this is, like I said, a trial run to see how things will go. And so far, so good. I am loving these stickers. I can't wait to show them to you. These are stickers I might give to my granddaughter when she wants stickers. I would definitely give to a teacher, maybe size them down a little, and she could put them on an excellent project, or in my granddaughter's case, 100% on a spelling test, something like that. Maybe into a planner that the kids now use. Yes, she has a planner. So that, they are motivated through their planner at school. And, this could be something very nice. This one says be sharp and kind. Well, if she does something very kind, I could see a teacher putting that sticker in. But the real reason I did it, I will admit, is I am in love with the character of the animals. And you'll be able to see that in just a moment. Now, some of the alignment seems to be a little bit off, but that's okay. I'm not going to panic. The reason I use the Avery sheets in my tests is because they're at Walmart and they're cheap. Let's face it. Cheap is good when you're testing something new. And the other reason is because I have a stock of them. And so I want to, work my way through it. So we are almost done here. Now, like I said before, if you ever have any issues and you need to stop your machine fast, just lift the lid, okay? There we go. And now my favorite is the sloth. I love me a good sloth. They just take the day at their own pace and keep on moving forward. There we go. Now it will stop. And if you listen, you do hear the fan for a few minutes. Well, for 15 seconds I have it set at. So when I'm using wood or whatnot, the fan will continue going to suck all the smells out the window. Right now I have it hooked up to the window, but later on, come winter, it will go on to the air purifier. It is now safe to open. Ooh, and you could still smell a little bit. Our lid, and let's see what has happened. close the lid here. I will be cleaning that bed. I clean it after each use. Don't you just love the colors? I do. I love them. And it has cut all the way through, or 99% of the way through. But I want to do this and just show you that they're not hard to get out. They printed like a dream, no less than I would expect, because I do, of course, have the M1 Ultra, which also prints and printed like a dream. So there we go. Isn't that cute? And I wanted to show you the one here that didn't quite align, and I'll have to check why. But you know what? It's okay. We can, of course, align it ourselves. Oops, come on. Just by going ahead and placing it like this. And just placing it right where it would normally fit, like that. Okay? In case you're wondering and you can't read it, it says, "Be you in a world full of copycats." Inspiring. So there we go, guys. They printed and cut beautifully. The whole process was seamless. Now, I do want to see if I can get, I don't think I can, but let me try. No, I can't. My cord is way too short. In the next video, I will be showing you my desk, my laptop, and what I see when I am looking at the screen, so that you can see just how easy it is to use this machine. It is a dream. It is a bit of a learning curve, of course. Every new machine is. But the way we grow is through learning new things. So I don't worry about it. I just go one step at a time. And Xtool has an awesome customer service when I need it. To clean, I just use 70% rubbing alcohol. And I make sure that it is all nice and clean. I am using scentless, now this seems weird, alcohol-free wipes. I buy them in bulk. They're cheap. And I use a lot of them for many things in my craft room. So this was just a natural extension of that. And there we go. She's clean and ready for whatever I want to do next. So I hope that quick little peek into the world of the print and cut inspired you to maybe give it a try. If you were thinking, of maybe buying your first Cricut or your first laser, don't forget to have a look at the M2 or even the M1 Ultra. Both of them print and cut, although the M2 does have a bigger or a better ink cartridge. Okay. The one thing to keep in mind, no matter what you purchase, is the cost of the accessories. And right at this point, unfortunately, the M2 inkhead does run at $99 and can only be bought at Xtool. However, I don't know and really have not used it enough to find out just how many prints I'm going to get from it. Okay, this was printed, let me double check, at 80%. So the ink saturation was 80%. If I wanted them even more vibrant and sharper, I could do an ink saturation that is even higher. But for me personally, which is who I was doing these for at this point, I think these are awesome. Would I give them to a teacher? I sure would. I think they look great. I think a few of them will find their way into my daughter's favorite um, pencil case. It's a hardtop, so she can put them on her favorite pencil case. She can put them in and maybe give them to a friend, whatever she wants. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this quick peek. I hope that you get to do something that you love. And a little shift in things here. I am going to go to doing videos once a week for now, as life has gotten very busy. And so you can expect a video on Wednesdays. Okay? In the meantime, enjoy your weekend, and I will see you in whatever comes next. Bye.